WP, you set a cup filled to the brim with blood in front of your guest, and take a seat while smiling at them, watching as they squirm and stare at both you and the glass in surprise and fear. I kept an eye on the time, even as I scrolled internet forums. Numerous stories, most of which were either fake or grossly exaggerated, but every now and then I would find a diamond in the rough, something worth my time and attention, yet there were none to be found before the clock ticked over. At that exact moment, I heard the knock on my study door. I smiled to myself, looking up and calling out, "Come in." It creaked open, the hinges perfectly maintained to get that lovely squeak. Behind it, Jacelyn stood, a pale man behind her. Her dark brown hair was pulled into its usual severe bun, thin glasses perched upon her nose. Her head inclined as she spoke out, "Your guest is here." I stood from behind my desk, nodding to her. "Thank you, that will be all for now." She once again inclined her head before turning her head to the man. As always, her restraint surprised me, but it was one of the reasons I hired her. The man walked in, dressed in a sharp suit that was clearly tailored. A hand was extended in greeting, a low voice escaping his lips. "Countess Grayson, a pleasure to meet with you in person." I accepted it, noting the chill of his skin, hidden by a seeped-in warmth from a hand warmer, but there. It was as I suspected, though I made no reaction. "Good to see you, Mr. Hartree. Please take a seat." He did as offered, as I went to my drinks cabinet. Several bottles rattled, though I chose a pouch nestled within. It had been warmed up not long before his arrival, and I squeezed the thick contents into a glass. Another I filled with a red wine, one I had been meaning to try for a while. Carrying them back, I slipped his drink before him. His eyes widened, flashing red as he smelt the blood before him. I gave a grin, taking my own seat, noting his shock and fear. Sipping mine, I smirked. "I deal with a lot of particular clients, Mr. Hartree. Your vampirism isn't a novelty, nor a shock. 3 different identities in the last 50 years, the lack of change in your photos, the house in the same name. It's rather obvious when you know what you are looking for." The vampire's gaze flicked between myself and the glass, a tongue running across his lips. "I wasn't expecting this." I shrugged, hiding a smile. "Of course not. It's rare anyone does, or rather, the newly changed kind. You'll find when you spend more time in your circles there are mentions of me, but that's not what you are here for. So tell me, why are you interfering with politics?" Hartree focused on me, his demeanor shifting. Of course, he didn't realize why I had arranged for him to come. He was lured here under the pretense of campaign funds after all. He saw me as a rich sponsor and had probably hoped vampirism would be a strong motivator. He reached out, taking a sip of the blood. "Well, I see the people as needing a stronger leader. One who won't become too old for the position, who'll keep their wits. That person I see as myself." I shook my head. "You are young, not even to your first century, so I will cut you some slack. But interfering with human politics is a delicate matter. As you are, you cannot stand as a nominee. They will look at your past, and they will find you as being inhuman." Taking a sip of my wine again, I savored the flavor for a moment. "Now I frankly don't care what happens to you as a result of your own actions. I've seen it before, and the human governments really don't act like good hosts. But what I do care about is the impact on others. And your little campaign runs the serious risk of letting our existence become known by the common people. And that is not on the cards yet." Leaning towards him, I gave a harsher smile. "So, you are going to back out of the running. If you so desperately want to lead, get involved with a local clan. Or if you want to interfere with humans, find a human to back. But you will not mix them." He put down his glass, eyes flashing again. "And who are you to stop me?" My smile widened as the air in the room stilled. Walls let out a creaking sound as I pressed out with my aura, one that dwarfed his own, crushing him into his seat. "I am the Warden of the Verdant Wilds, the child of Queen Titana and a fallen star. I've been alive since before humans worked out how to make stone tools. You are nothing compared to even the vampire patriarchs, and they are nothing compared to me." Seeing him sweat, I let my neck extend to push my face inches from his. "So please don't try me, or if you are, at least get stronger about it. It's been a long time since I actually had a fight. Nowadays it just feels like bullying."